Good evening. I have the time as 7:35. I apologize for us being a few minutes late. Had an awful lot to go over in the work session. We do have a quorum. All members are present. So we'll start tonight with the invocation. If you'll please bow your heads. Father, we ask for you to watch over this meeting tonight, to support the mayor and council and the city staff to discern and make good decisions for the community. We ask for your blessing over this community, especially our first responders, our police officers, firefighters. Lord, keep them safe in doing the hard work that they do. And in that we ask your name, in your name we ask you to pray. Thank you. Now, I'm honored to say we have Boy Scout Troop 506 is here tonight. They're going to present the colors and do the flag, and this is their 50th anniversary of Troop 506. So we'll honor them with a proclamation tonight as well.
Scout attention. Audience, please rise. Scout salute. If you are not in uniform, please place your right hand over your heart. Color guard advance. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please post the colors. Two. Audience, you may be seated. Color guard reform.
Thank you, gentlemen. And now we'll move right to ceremonial matters, where we're going to present this troop with a proclamation 2025-14, the 50th anniversary of Scouting America Troop 506. Whereas Scouting America was founded on February the 8th, 1910 by William D. Boyce and chartered by Congress in 1916. And whereas the mission of Scouting America is to prepare young people to make ethical and moral choices over their lifetimes by instilling in them the value of the Scout oath and law. And whereas the success of Scouting has been an accumulation of numerous hours of selfless volunteerism by many leaders and community organizations whose ideas and generosity help shape the lives of many youth. And whereas Troop 506 was chartered April 1975 at Cannon United Methodist Church as part of the Sweetwater District of the Northeast Georgia Council, countless Scouts have participated in Troop 506 since its inception. And whereas Troop 506 has guided over 113 Scouts in achieving the rank of Eagle Scout, the highest award in Scouting, and contributed to over 3,000 service hours to our community. Therefore, I, Barbara Bender, Mayor of the City of Snellville, Georgia, where everybody is proud to be somebody, do hereby join with City Council and the citizens of Snellville to hereby recognize and celebrate the 50th anniversary of Scouting America Troop 506. The City Council expresses its gratitude for 50 years of service, leadership, and dedication to the highest ideals of citizenship, and extends its best wishes for continued success in the years to come. proclaim this 25th day of August 2025. If we can have all of the Scouts come forward to present this. You know, in these days and times, it's hard to let anything last or keep anything together for so long. And for one troop number to stay together for 50 years, that's quite an awesome tribute to the people who have dedicated their time and efforts to this. Now we will move on with the meeting. We'll move to the minutes. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the minutes of the August 11th, 2025 meetings.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second. With a motion and a second, all in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor, so none are opposed. We have no invited guests, committee, or department reports, so we'll move to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve tonight's agenda, August 25th, 2025, as published.
There is a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
There is a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. We have one item under our public hearing agenda. We have item A, second reading RZ 25-05, consideration and action on application by DeThomas Investments LLC applicant and Tree Lane Development LLC property owner, requesting to amend the official zoning map from BG General Business District to RTH Townhouse Residential District and variances from the Snellville Unified Development Ordinance for 108 units, a single-family attached townhome development on a 15.0137 acre site with a gross density of 7.19 units per acre, located on Tree Lane at 1719 Scenic Highway. That's Upstate Route 124 North, Snellville, Georgia. It's tax parcel 5056003. And I believe there's going to be a motion to postpone.
Motion to postpone RZ 2505 through the September 8th, 2025 meeting.
So there's a motion to postpone the public hearing to September the 8th, 2025. Is there a second? Second. There is a motion and a second, and just by way, if anyone is here for this public hearing tonight, there were some potential changes to the development that came in on Friday to the planning department. There's not been enough time to vet those changes. And also to allow public time to review what those changes would entail. So we're delaying any kind of public hearing on this until September 8th. The updates will be posted on the website so that everybody has ample time to review, and then of course you're free to email. I know some of you have already. You're free to email or call any of the council members with thoughts on what's going to be posted there. And then we will hold the public hearing on September the 8th and final vote. So we have a motion to postpone and a second. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor. Right, Carrie, was your hand up? Okay. 6 in favor with none opposed. Okay, so we have, that's nothing else under our public hearing agenda, no consent agenda, no old business. We'll go to new business. We have item A, consideration and action on approval of resolution 2025-12, adoption of the 2025 millage rate. On the millage rate, well, Matt, do you want to just go ahead and give your rundown?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So this is the adoption of the millage rate, which is the rate at which property tax is taxed down and valued. This is the 4th year that the city has kept the millage rate at 4 mills. We anticipate that that will collect about $6.3 million in property tax revenue for the general fund budget. We are, at this point, we don't know exactly what the impact of appeals and other adjustments in House Bill 581 will be on the collections. But right now, we anticipate about a $6.3 million collection for this fiscal year.
Thank you, Mr. Pepper. We've also had, because we're not completely rolling back the millage rate, we have had 3 public hearings already on the millage rate staying at 4.0 mills. So I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve Resolution 2025-12, the adoption of the 2025 millage rate at 4 mills per $1,000 of assessed valuation.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
We do have a motion and a second. Any comments by council? No. I will just say that I'm happy that we're able to maintain the millage rate at 4.0 mills. I think this is, we've done a lot in the budget over the last 4 or 5 years. We've increased not only police salaries to get them to competitive wages, we've also increased salaries across the board in Public Works and Parks and Rec, where we were also having difficulty staying competitive with the market. I'm happy to report that we have, we're almost full in all our positions because of those changes and those increases in salaries, and staying at 4 mills will allow us to continue on with the work that we need to be doing here in the city. So we do have a motion to approve with a second, so I will call for the vote. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor, so none are opposed. The millage rate will hold at 6 mills. I'm sorry, at 4 mills. I just said 6 in favor at 4 mills. Next, we have item B, consideration and action on surplus of miscellaneous police equipment. For those of you who attend a lot of our meetings, you will notice that the police department has really been cleaning house here the last several months. We've had a lot of surplus police equipment. The chief let us know that one thing that I called out, there were a ProLight binocular laser that he used when he was first a motorcycle officer here in the city. We won't have to say how many years ago that is. So there are quite a few items that they're asking to surplus. Anything that's usable will go out on govdeals.com. So anyone who is interested may go and bid on those items. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the surplus of miscellaneous police equipment.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
With a motion and a second, all in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. All right, that ends our regular business meeting, so we'll move to council reports, and we'll start with Councilmember Carter.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and welcome everybody to our City Council meeting of 8/25/2025.
2025. 2 years ago, our tax commissioner came to a council meeting and stated that at that time, our county vehicle registrations had increased by 25,000. 2 weeks ago, I attended a Council for Quality Growth's 5th annual conference. It was reported that Georgia is in the top 10 states growing in population. At that meeting, I learned that Gwinnett County, this county, leads the state in newly registered vehicles. 15,000 newly registered vehicles have occurred over the past year. This means that added traffic throughout the community is not just a result of adding residential properties in our city, but more importantly, it reflects the fact that our community, which includes the county, is growing. Over the next 10 years, the population in the state of Georgia is estimated to increase by 2 million people. Our job is to do all that is possible to be fair and equitable to current residents, property owners, and those seeking to find better communities in which to live. It is a delicate balancing act, but we try to make it work. Your input counts, so we'd still like to hear from you. Yesterday, the Hickory Oak subdivision invited the mayor and council to their annual HOA meeting. This is the type of event which should be engaged by more neighborhoods in this community. Things get done. Information gets shared. Community concerns are discussed and resolved before they become cumbersome. Mayor Barbara Bender and Mayor Pro Tem Todd Reed answered and resolved many concerns. These leaders not only have a wealth of knowledge, but also they have managed to form relationships with county and state officials that allow for some things to get done more quickly than they would if those relationships were not established. Those relationships evolve over years and involve spending a lot of time attending seminars, county and state meetings, and establishing efficient lines of communication with some federal officials, regardless of political party affiliation. I personally commend both of them for all they do to keep Snellville a place where everybody is proud to be somebody. The Latin Explosion concert this weekend was outstanding from beginning to end. But I was a bit irritated when the band spokesperson thanked the crowd for their support during the time when the bad weather nearly stopped the event. He failed to acknowledge what we all know. Stat Director Kelly McAloon has a pipeline to the big man. He has never failed her. So thank you, Kelly McAloon, for your spiritual connection. Once Todd put down the wood chips, you made your final request, you trusted, the clouds cleared, all of Snellville is indebted to you. Finally, every year at our Snellville concert series directed by Mrs. Kelly McAloon and her stellar staff, a group by the name of Chi-Town is featured. They often begin their concert with a song entitled, "Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is?" Today I ask you, do you know what time it is? It's time for people from Cobb County to come to our meetings and tell lies about our police department. It's time for strange folks to stage confrontations at our recycling center, then come to council meetings and complain about rude treatment. They were unaware that their interactions with staff were being recorded, and that was immediate proof that lies were being brought to City Council. It's time for people who for years have specialized in trying to intimidate our police department, our mayor and council, and even the citizens of their own community to begin with their banal behavior one more time. Perhaps like me, this happened to me, they will follow candidates to dinner, or make up abuse petitions, or even physically threaten, that's what happened to me, or physically threaten some candidates because they are ignorant of American history. I leave you with this. Maintain your poise when the noise of ignorance permeates our hospitable atmosphere. Perhaps before you step into this building, bow your heads in prayer to a supreme being and pledge allegiance to our flag and one nation under God. You should read the poem If by Rudyard Kipling. Focus on the part that says, don't deal in lies. Now you know what time it is. It's campaign time. Thank you all for attending, listening, and contributing. It's your city, and your input matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Norman. Councilmember Heatherington?
I have no report this evening.
Thank you, Carrie. Councilmember Linsky?
Hi, good evening. Congratulations to all of the individuals who qualified as candidates, and especially congratulations to Rochelle Brown, who is unopposed for post 4. I am particularly proud to not have qualified this year, even though I was eligible for another term. I've made the decision that it was time to move on to a different portion of my life, as I've retired from teaching and now recovered from surgeries, working on another master's degree, and hoping to throw my hat into city management somewhere in the area, hopefully not having too long of a commute. I am prohibited from working for the city of Snellville, so I will not be employed here legally or illegally. So I'm certain that they're probably going to get some volunteer hours from me with the Youth Commission, so as we continue on there. Speaking of Youth Commission, our first meeting will be Saturday, September 6th, so Labor Day weekend coming up very quickly this year, it seems. The Battle of Snellville is also coming up on Friday. Is that the 29th? So South Gwinnett High School and Brookwood High School, we battle for the Mayor's Trophy Friday evening, 7:30, and it is at South Gwinnett this year. Should be at South Gwinnett, right? Right, Mayor? Mayor. So please come out and support just an amazing time on a Friday night football. And let's see, Youth Commission we're kind of going through some changes. One of them is going to be a name change. The students decided that they would really like for the organization to be more reflective of Snellville City Council rather than using the term commission. It's a very important priority for the students to be in tune with their local government, as is one of the main visions of the organization. So we'll be changing the name officially to Snellville Youth Council, again, to align more with Snellville City Council. And thank you for coming out tonight.
Thank you, Christy. Councilmember Schultz?
Yes, thank you all for coming, and I, like Miss Linsky, also have chosen not to, I chose not to run for a third term on the city council. And I won't tie up your time with a farewell address of any kind, but I just wanted to say that it has been just a wonderful honor to have served. And as someone that has lived in Snellville for over 50 years, it's truly been an honor to serve. But I want to tell you, even more so than my service on the council has been my years of volunteering. It has meant so much to me to have have started and administered, along with my husband Kurt, the Snellville Farmers Market. And I just hope more than anything that over the years, it has proven to be a place for us all to come on a Saturday morning, see our friends, see our neighbors, and a place for Snellville to just thrive. And, you know, honestly, that means more to me, I'm getting emotional, than even serving on the council. And I'm very grateful for all your support over the years. Sorry.
Thank you, Gretchen. And she's not going anywhere yet. She's still here till November.
Yeah, November.
Yes. And next we'll have Mayor Pro Tem Warner.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. First, I want to thank Troop 506 for one of the best flag ceremonies that I've seen, and I've seen quite a few. I was Cub Master for 522 out of St. John Newman for a number of years, and I only wish that my young men could have done half the job that y'all did. It was very impressive. 50 years as a scout troop is really, really a milestone, and maybe some of y'all will eventually graduate out. That was a joke. I had the honor 15 years ago for the 100th anniversary of scouting to lead a mission here in the city, and we planted 100 trees for the anniversary of scouting. And if you want that done for the 100th and 15th, you're on your own. Holes do not dig themselves, young men, I'll tell you that, although I'm working on one right now. Last Monday, I had the honor of being the first to qualify for re-election to my post here on City Council for the great city of Snellville. It's been an absolute honor to lead, and I hope you honor me with 4 more years when the time comes. Also, oh good Lord, there's been so many things that have been going on. I could go on longer than anyone would put up with. But a week ago last Thursday, managed to do 2 events, 2 large events in one day. One was going to the Clean Energy Roadshow, which is an annual event put on by Public Service Commissioner Tim Eccles, and it was over at Gwinnett Tech. It was absolutely phenomenal to hear what's going on in the alternative energy transportation industry here in the state of Georgia. Both Rivian, Kia are doing amazing things, expanding their plants. Kia has the ability to, on one production line, switch back and forth between electric vehicles and what they call ICE vehicles, which has nothing to do with immigrations and customs. It actually is internal combustion engine vehicles. So think about that. A one single line, they could be building 2 electric cars, then 2 regular combustion gas cars, and then back to electric, and they switch. If you've ever been to a tour of a production facility for automobiles, that's a major undertaking. And I did find out that down at the Kia plant in, I want to say it's West Point, Georgia, they do tours on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you get a chance to do that, absolutely, I'm going to make it a priority to get out there and check that out, because I have to see how they can make those switches. But they also covered natural gas powered vehicles, hydrogen powered vehicles, propane vehicles. There are also programs here in the state of Georgia where they are producing natural gas from cow poo. I know that sounds very exciting to everybody. We're going to have 6 plants open by January that take the waste products from chicken plants or chicken coops and dairy cattle farms, and they collect all that carbon, methane, that would be going out into the atmosphere and turn it into fuel for vehicles, for natural gas powered vehicles. A lot of school buses are natural gas powered by natural gas. Also, a lot of our garbage trucks that are out on the roads are natural gas powered. So that's a fabulous program, and I want to thank the citizens of California who pay for most of that program through carbon offsets that they're gracious enough to put on their businesses out in California, so our businesses here in Georgia can have clean natural gas that actually has a negative carbon impact on our environment. I thought that was pretty spectacular. Later that evening, we had AT&T puts on a legislative reception over at the 1818 Club. I always appreciate it when anyone invites me to a party, and managed to interface with a lot of other elected officials, state level, couple of federal level, and all of our state representatives were there. And I put forth as much goodwill and as I could for you, our citizens of Snellville. And there's some great things coming, and we look forward to sharing them with you soon. Have a good night. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you, Todd. And do you want to thank Kelly for the concert on Saturday night? And just let you all know, September is jam-packed with activities. September 13th is the International Taste of Snellville Festival out on the Green. The 20th, the next Saturday, is the Latino Festival. That's new this year. They were going to do it last year, and it didn't come together. But that'll be on the 20th. And then on the 27th, the concert will be the Guardians of the Jukebox, who are supposedly an outstandingly fabulous band. And Food Truck Friday will be coming up on September the 5th. That's not the last one. There's two more. And then the first Friday in October as well. The Spirit Magazine will be in homes in a couple of weeks, and it will have details on all of those events. With that, I will close my mayor's report, and I will open the floor to public comment. We did have one person signed up, so if that person would like to come forward now, and then anyone else can speak after him. 5 minutes on one topic, please. Name and address for the record.
Yes, good evening, Mayor and Council. It's so good to be back in the great state of Georgia. My name is Norwood Davis. Address is 1330 Oleo Road, Fishers, Indiana, 46037. I'm here as President and CEO of the Wesleyan Investment Foundation, which wholly owns Tree Lane Development, LLC, the applicant in the rezoning matter that was on the agenda earlier this evening. I flew in today for the hearing, and I wanted to take just a few moments to give you a little bit of history on this particular site. The Wesleyan Investment Foundation, through Tree Lane Development, purchased this piece of property in 2017 as part of 12 Stone Church's expansion into Snellville and the campus there in the former Best Buy. At the time, I was the Chief Financial Officer of 12 Stone Church and arranged a option deal with the Wesleyan Investment Foundation to purchase that property on behalf of 12 Stone Church and to hold it for future expansion of that campus. With working with the city staff and Jason, we had worked on some mixed-use development that included some office complex, daycare, etc. That plan completely fell apart in COVID, and those deals fell apart. As we kind of let things settle out over those next few years, we really didn't have any development plans for that parcel, but just held on to it. In 2022, I left 12 Stone Church to become the president of the Wesleyan Investment Foundation, and the option that 12 Stone had to purchase that property from the Tree Lane Development and the Wesleyan Investment Foundation expired in 2024. we began looking then at what we would do, because the Wesleyan Investment Foundation, we are the largest lender to churches in the country. We're in all 50 states. Total portfolio of about $2.5 billion. We're not in the business of holding land. That's not what we do. And so we work with churches to land bank land for future development, but this really isn't what we were trying to do. So we decided to put the property up for sale. We did that, began working with several different options and people who were interested in that property. Concurrently, we had two offers. One was the offer from Mr. DeThomas and his proposed development of a for-sale townhome kind of development. The second was from a national developer that was a multifamily developer of a for-rent property. Having spent so many years in Gwinnett County and working in the city of Snellville, I really felt like Mr. DeThomas's development was more indicative of the intent, the development intent for the city of Snellville, and his proven track record of doing high-quality developments in the city spoke well of his ability to execute on the plan. So I want to thank you for giving me a few moments to explain the history. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak. I hope that when this matter does come back before the council, you will look favorably upon it, and I encourage you to vote for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Now, if anyone else would like to come and speak, 5 minutes on one topic, please. Please provide your name and address for the record.
My name is Ahmed Hussein. I live in Snellville. My address is 3471 Pate Road, Snellville, Georgia, 30078. I also own a property, commercial property on 2488 Scenic Highway. I have been trying to lease this property for quite some time. I had a dental office there, and the impact of COVID closed that dental office, and has been closed almost for 2 years. My property is zoned for OI, which is very restricted, and I had the privilege to be in that meeting where we were discussing a little bit about the cases similar to mine. My problem is that the property has been vacant for some time. I'm a retired person. This property was part of my retirement plan. And today I luckily get a tenant who is eligible to rent the place, but in their name they have a contractor word in it, even though they promised and put in writing that they will not use this property other than administrative office. I have been talking to the planning department, and I put also in writing that the tenant that I will be renting this property will not use it for anything other than administrative office. I do understand there is a balance between protecting the neighborhood as well as not burdening the businesses. And this is something that is not very easy to decipher, but at the same time, I hope that you guys can understand where I'm coming from and give me at least some brief, because it's very hard to find tenants, and I'm at the point where I will be losing this tenant, and I don't know when will I get another tenant. But in the meantime, I wrote an email to the planning department saying that in my lease contract, I will put a paragraph saying that this property is only for administrative office, no heavy vehicles, no materials to put in here, and the tenant has agreed upon it. My concern now is that I'm being punished because of that name contractor on the thing, when my property can be any other administrative office, from a lawyer's office to a real estate office or any other office. I would like not to be said what they call guilty until you prove yourself. There is ways that we can manage this, and I'm hoping that with your experience and your understanding of my situation, to give me at least a temporary move forward kind of an agreement while you guys discuss how you manage these OI issues, which might take a longer time, that's not in line with what I'm trying to get from this tenant. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Hussein. Anyone else?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you all for everything that you do. I can tell. Cat Hardrick, 2280 Buckley Trail. I felt you, and I know you're going to miss it. We'll miss you too with the farmer's market. So hopefully you'll still be able to volunteer. I know when you do something, it's like your baby, so I get it. Thank you for everything that you guys do. As you know, I am running for office against my favorite Mr. Pro Tem, Ty Warner. So thank you so very much. And I wanted to just give honor to my uncle, William Ware. He is a World War II veteran, and he celebrated 100 years today. So I want to give honor to my uncle. I too. 100 years. He's seen a lot. And he served this country, and I'm very, very proud of him. And I come from a good stock of people who are dedicated and loyal to this country and doing the right thing when only God is watching. So I just wanted to really give honor to my uncle. And I wanted to actually add to, this is campaign season. And me and Todd spoke briefly, or Pro Tem Mayor Warner, want to make sure I'm and to be respectful. And everyone knows I've never thrown mud when I ran for office. Never. And I won't. Because Nehemiah 6:3 says I need to stay focused on the work of God, God's work, and not be distracted by anything else. So that's what guides me, Nehemiah 6:3. So I will continue to run a respectful campaign and not, try to do any character assassination, because that's not what the citizens need. They need people who are going to focus on making Snellville a place that all of us enjoy. I would like to also say, I love how you guys go to the HOAs. Some of our subdivisions don't have HOAs. Mine. And no disrespect, I've never seen any one of you come out to our neighborhood, so it would be great if we could find a way to do things outside of HOAs to invite the other neighborhoods that are just as important. And it's easy to do HOAs because it's organized. You have an HOA meeting, you get everybody, it's simple. But just thinking out of the box, how can we reach the other citizens in our community whose voice is equally as important? I also wanted to mention that South Gwinnett High School Band is raising money to go to Chicago. So if we can remember, if we want to support our South Gwinnett High School students to go out of town and perform in November, please go to the website and look into that. I wanted to ask a question about the Summit Chase, the recently approved. When will the ground break? When will development begin there? If that's something that we can be made aware of, is it 6 months down the road or whatnot? You know what I'm talking about, what you guys just recently approved? All right, and then that's the only question I have of that. And got that. That's it. Thank y'all so very much, and y'all have a good night.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, I will close the floor to public comment and entertain a motion to adjourn.
Madam Mayor, motion to adjourn.
There's a motion. Is there a second? Second. Motion and a second. All in favor, raise your hand. That is 6 in favor, so none are opposed. We are done. Thank you all for coming out tonight. And thank you again to Troop 506. Congratulations.